Hey everybody, welcome back. So we were readjusting the room again to kind of get the optimized setup still with the lights and positioning of the camera and all that stuff, and my light just died. I still got one here, but my other one just crapped out on me, and I really want to watch these trailers, so screw it. We're gonna go with the one light, but when it comes to doing Let's Plays for the latest Genshin Impact content, I should have both lights working in proper order. So let's check out the collective Miscellany trailers for Yun Jin and Shenhe.
Although the paths through the lofty peaks of Jueyun Karst are arduous, there are always bright-eyed mortals who come seeking the adeptal path. For all their ambition, most mere mortals cannot fathom the way to the Adepti, and return from their fruitless journeys disappointed. Yet those fortunate enough to encounter some hardship may suddenly find themselves being rescued by a divine young lady. Stunned by the elegance of their silver-haired savior, they hastily begin bowing excitedly in reverence and adulation, only to find their Adeptus rescuer remain indifferent and leave without even a second glance.
I will do as you command.
Yeah, she's definitely kind of got that crane look about her, obviously.
For an Adeptus, she is actually a mortal, albeit one who is an accomplished Adepti disciple.
Ooh,
being naturally gifted,
that was cool.
And having learned polearm combat and various adeptal arts from her masters, exorcising evil spirits is a mere trifle to her.
Precise comings and goings.
Shenhe trained diligently, producing impressive results. When Shenhe is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition in Liyue, she will obtain increased rewards. Shenhe's normal attack can combo up to 5 strikes with her polearm, dealing physical damage.
Ooh, I like she like levitates and goes forward.
Consumes a set amount of stamina to lunge forward.
That's cool.
Dealing damage to enemies in her path. When she casts Spring Spirit Summoning, Shenhe grants all nearby party members the Icy Quill effect, and deals cryo damage in different ways based on whether the skill is tapped or held.
Oh.
When tapped, Shenhe will rush forward with a Talisman Spirit, dealing cryo damage to enemies along her path. When held, Shenhe commands the Talisman Spirit to deal AoE cryo damage to surrounding enemies. When party members are affected by Icy Quill, normal, charged, and plunging attacks, elemental skills, and elemental bursts that deal cryo damage to enemies deal increased damage based on Shenhe's current attack. The Icy Quill's effect will be cleared once its duration ends, or after being triggered a certain number of times.
Nice, so it stacks with other cryo users. That's my understanding anyway.
The effect lasts longer and can be triggered more times. When a party member with the Icy Quill effect deals an instance of cryo damage to multiple enemies, the effect is triggered multiple times, according to the number of enemies hit. The number of times
wow, so she is a cryo party's dream.
For each party member. After unlocking the talent Spirit Communion Seal, when Shenhe casts Spring Spirit Summoning, she grants additional effects to all nearby party members. Tapping the skill increases their elemental skill and elemental burst damage, while holding the skill increases their normal, charged, and plunging attack damage.
Cryo Incarnate!
Shenhe unleashes the power of the Talisman Spirit, allowing it to roam free, dealing AoE cryo damage.
Oh, so it's just
the Talisman Spirit then
swooshing around, slashing away?
The cryo and physical resistance of enemies within, and also deals periodic cryo damage to them.
Oh, that's wicked. Just kind of bursting in and out of existence periodically.
An active character within the AoE of Divine Maiden's Deliverance will gain a cryo damage bonus. Shenhe is fated to bear the curse of calamity. As cautioned by the Adepti, she is careful to avoid harming the innocent. But as for those with malicious intent, she's only too happy to put them in their place by giving them a taste of the Adepti arts. Shenhe's Spring Spirit Summoning is the core of her skill set, offering support to other cryo party members with the Icy Quill effect. In battle, Proficient use of her elemental skills tap and hold effects allows Shenhe to shine by enhancing the party's attack.
And I've always had multiple different elements in all of my
full,
parties. I've never decided to focus on one element, really.
Decreasing enemies' cryo and physical resistance, and creating the opportune moment to defeat the weakened enemies.
But they're obviously adding more and more characters all the time that make that incredibly viable.
Liyue
So
Harbor is
I don't
known
know
as
if
a
I'll ever
bustling
try
melting
it,
pot of
but
a
if
city,
any of you were
ready
doing
to
that on a
welcome
regular
any
basis to
and
your party
every
makeup, let me
lonely
know.
figure. But if Shenhe truly wishes
I'm just
to
all about
rejoin
those
human
elemental
society,
reactions, I guess.
there is much she will have to learn. Even I myself do not relish the solitary life I lead. When others are fortunate enough to meet a companion for their journey, I sincerely wish them the very best. After all, to this day, I hold that people should be authors of their own fate, both the crane ready to make peace with the past, and the beast with a grudge to bear have the freedom to make their journey home.
Cool, man. And just seems like she's made for cryo users. If anyone has a bunch of cryo party members that they like using already, she's going to slide right into that. But obviously she has a lot of... And it seems like just like most other characters, she'll fit right into any party. But particularly if you like cryo users, and there's a couple of really good cryo users in the game right now as well. Some of the most powerful characters are cryo users, so she'll slide right on in there pretty easily. All right, now let's check out Yun Jin. Her trailer's called Showstopper. Let's see what this is all about.
The people of Liyue have always been fond of Liyue opera. The reason? Only through these old tales from eons ago can they witness the legendary feats of the Adepti. But ever since the young Yun Jin became director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe, not only has she excelled in classical Adepti-style opera, but she has also brought her own original stories to the stage, recounting tales of the common folk. It is often said that listening to Ms. Yun's new operas is like unwrapping a gift box. Anticipation followed by sheer delight.
Fancy staff work she's doing there, kicking it back up into her hands.
Fans of Liyue opera all agree that Yun Jin has boundless talent, performing admirably both on the stage and on the battlefield. When defending herself from the enemy,
Definitely has that little bit of that gothic Lolita look.
Techniques of stage combat, turning defense into offense and putting on a show her enemies won't forget in a hurry. In order to satisfy her appetite, while maintaining a perfect figure and singing voice, Yun Jin developed a certain knack for cooking. When Yun Jin achieves perfect cooking on dishes with adventure-related effects, she has a certain chance to cook double the amount.
All right.
Yun Jin's normal attack can combo up to 5 strikes, dealing physical damage.
Damn!
Yun
Cool
Jin's
attaching the
charged
little
attack
at the
consumes
end
a
there.
set amount of stamina to lunge forward, dealing physical damage to enemies in her path.
I do like that pose she takes after her attacks. Yeah.
Her elemental skill, and Yun Jin strikes from a cloud-grasping stance,
Ooh.
dealing geo
Flicking the
damage.
spear up.
When the skill is held, Yun Jin adopts the opening flourish stance and charges up, forming a shield. The shield's damage
Opening
absorption
flourish
scales off
stance.
Yun Jin's
Makes sense
max
because she's doing little flourishes
and
at the
has
end of all of her
increased
string there.
effectiveness against all elemental and physical damage. When the skill is released, its duration ends, or when the shield breaks, Yun Jin will unleash the charged energy as an attack, dealing geo damage.
Damn.
Based on the time spent charging, the attack will unleash at charge level 1 or charge level 2.
Yeah, her ability's got a good
Talent
kind of
true to
snap
oneself.
to it, animation
Using opening
speaking.
flourish at the precise moment when
Or
Yun Jin's
animation-wise.
attack will unleash its level 2 charged form. Proficient use of these skills allows Yun Jin to effectively fend off enemy attacks and strike back.
Break a leg!
Unleashing Yun Jin's elemental burst deals AoE geo damage and grants the flying cloud flag formation to nearby party members. When characters with flying cloud flag formation deal normal attack damage to enemies, they will deal bonus damage based on Yun Jin's current defense. The effects of flying cloud flag formation will be cleared after a set duration, or after being triggered a set number of times.
Okay.
When one normal attack hits multiple enemies, the effect is triggered multiple times according to the number of enemies hit. The number of times triggered is counted independently for each member of the party. After unlocking the talent Breaking Conventions, the normal attack damage bonus granted by flying cloud flag formation is further increased. The more elemental types among your party members, the greater the increase.
Nice.
Unlike on the stage, there is no script to rely on in battle. But in Yun Jin's mind, unexpected enemies serve as her best rehearsal partners, providing fresh inspiration with their unscripted attacks. In battle, Yun Jin must make deft use of her elemental skill. She waits for the moment and counterattacks when the enemy is vulnerable to gain the upper hand. When her energy is full, Yun Jin unleashes her elemental burst, granting nearby party members...
Yeah, obviously
the
reminding me a bit of
flag
Beidou, because I was
formation,
using her quite a bit when the game
increasing
first
her teammates'
started.
normal attack damage,
And obviously
and
she
helping them
relies
to
on the
finish off their
counter-attack
enemies.
mechanic as well.
Compared to a lifetime, a single opera performance is short-lived. And against the vastness of history, mortal lives are like walk-on parts in a grand play. Drops in a boundless ocean. However spellbinding the performance, the curtain call will come and the audience will leave. Perhaps this is why Yun Jin incorporates the details of ordinary lives into her scripts, portraying the trials and tribulations of the common folk, alongside grand tales of gods and adepti, preserving their stories in operatic form to honor the human experience for generations to come. I happen to know a story about the heavenly principles and mortals, about cataclysm and peace, curse and devastation. If I were to share this story with Yun Jin, I do wonder how her theatrical interpretation would turn out.
Right. No, she seems like a snappy little 4-star. She does. And once again, reminds me a lot of Beidou. And I remember Beidou getting a bit of a bad rap when the game first launched because she wasn't able to dish out damage as quickly as other characters. Or at least that's what seemed to be the case, the way people were using her, because they wanted to obviously get through the end game content as quickly as possible. And obviously having someone who relies on counterattacking in the party, it might hamper that a little bit. But I always liked Beidou, and I really did enjoy using her when the game first launched. I moved on to other characters, but I've always thought fondly of her. But no, as always, let me know what you think of this breakdown. I'm sure some of you have probably started using both of these characters by now, by the time I post this. So definitely let me know in the comments your thoughts on both of them. And I'll be posting some more Genshin Impact content shortly after that too. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.